My name is Sebastian Pohlmann. I'm CTO at Up Catalyst. I think there are two challenges. One is a technology challenge in terms of increasing energy density and decreasing cost especially. And a lot of this has to do with new materials, but also with processes and learning from the gigafactories of the battery industry. The other challenge is a market challenge. So I think a lot of potential customers are not yet aware of the technology. They're not aware of all the advantages that supercapacitors can have in certain applications. And that is where the educational part of the supercapacitor industry really is important. The supply chains of today, energy storage devices, lithium-ion batteries, sodium-ion batteries, supercapacitors, or even fuel cells are quite important because today the supply chains are very global and a lot of dependencies on critical raw materials are outside of Europe and outside of the US as well. And that creates, of course, a risk for gigafactories being built in Europe or gigafactories being built in the US. Both the US and Europe are trying to address also this issue already regarding supply chain with regulations or tariffs and these kind of political ways how to do things. But I think one of the easiest way how to address this is to convince also the industry how many benefits you can actually get from a supply chain that is localized. The de-risking of supply chains is actually in the industry's interest, and having supply chains that do not depend on freighters or ships or air freight being on time have huge benefits, of course. We not only look at the locality of supply chain for battery materials such as nanotubes and graphite, but also hard carbon for sodium-ion batteries. But we also look at the sustainability itself. So if you look at graphite, for example, or nanotubes, then both are quite carbon intensive to make, especially synthetic graphite, which clocks in at around 20 to 30 kilograms of CO2 per kilograms of graphite. And we can make graphite with our own patented process out of CO2, overall emitting, when everything is considered, less than a kilogram of CO2 per kilogram of graphite.